Hello, my little scientist. Hello, grade 2. I hope you are fine. Let's start our lesson. May Allah protect Saudi Arabia and all Islamic countries from any dangers. Why we study science grade 2? Because the science of today is the technology of tomorrow. The science of today is the technology of tomorrow. Today, inshallah, we're gonna learn a new lesson. This our lesson title is Places to Live. Places to live. Places to live. Places to live. Our objectives in this lesson, we can describe different habitat. When we finish or in the end of our period, we can describe different habitat. We can describe different habitat. Look at this picture. Who can read this picture for me? This is a footprint. This footprints on the snow. Oh, so what about this animal? It may be a monkey. No, I think the monkey don't live in the snow. So it may be an elephant. I think also the elephant don't live in the snow. So it may be for a bear. Yes, the bear can live in the snow. Okay, and now I want you to look at this picture, and I will ask you what are some animals that might live in this place? What are some animals that might live in this place? Yes, good boys. Maybe the fish, maybe the whales, maybe the dolphin. Excellent. Maybe the octopus. Yes, maybe the monkey can live in water. No, of course, no. How it can live in the water? So maybe the horse live in the water? No, how the horse can live in the water? It is not correct. The horse cannot swim, and also the monkey cannot swim, and because it not have fins, and the horse not have gills to can breathe under the water. Okay, so all animals must live in a place. This place they can get what they need. In this place they can get what they need. So all the animals must live in place. In this place they can get what they need. So when I ask you why couldn't a dog live here, live in the water, who can answer me? Good boy. The dog cannot swim, not have fins, also not have gills, so how it can breathe under the water? So the dog have another place it can live in. Okay, and what are some other places animals can live? The animals can live in water and maybe on land, maybe on the land, like the horse, like the elephant, like the giraffe, like the some many types of animals, or many animals can live in the land. Okay, also some animals can live on the tree, like the monkey, yes, like the birds, yes, and also another animals they can live under the ground, like the insects, like the snake. So all the animals must live in a place. This place they can get what they need. They can get what they need. They can get what they need. And it's called habitat. Habitat. Again, can you repeat after me? Habitat, habitat, habitat. Habitat is a place. Habitat is a place where plants and animals live. Habitat is a place where plants and animals live. Okay, look at this is a plant habitat. Look at this picture. This is the cactus plant. This plant, the habitat for this plant is the desert. This plant not need a lot of water, but it need a lot of air on the desert. On the desert, it need dry weather like the desert. But the rice plant cannot live in this habitat. The rice plant have another needs. The rice plant have or need a lot of water, so it have another habitat. So the plant also have a habitat and different habitat. Each plant have a habitat. In this habitat they can get what they need. So what about the animals need and the plant needs? The animals need food, water, and homes or shelters. Shelters, it meaning like the homes, like something protect the animals. Okay, so the animals need food, water, and homes or shelter. Food, water, homes, or shelter. Can we write shelter here? Okay. So can you tell me shelter how to write? S-H-E-L. Shelter. So food, water, homes, or shelter. Food, water, homes, or shelter. And what about the plants? The plants need soil, rain, sunlight. The plants need soil, rain, sunlight. Again, one more time. The plants need soil, rain, and sunlight. So the habitat is a place. The habitat is a place where plants and animals can live, where plants and animals can get what they need, So the animals have different habitats, and also the plants have different habitats. Not all the plants need the same habitats. Okay, so now what kind of habitat do we live in? What kind of habitat do we live in? Here in Saudi Arabia, who can tell me in Saudi Arabia here what kind of habitat? The habitat here is dry or rainy? Of course, it is dry, and the habitat also is cold or hot. Yes, it is hot. It is like the desert, hot and dry. Okay, so the habitat have different types. The habitat have many kinds. The habitat have many kinds, like the rainy, like the dry, like the rainy or dry, rainy or dry, rainy or dry, or hot or cold, hot or cold, hot or cold. Okay. Look at these polar bears. The polar bears, what is the habitat? Describe for me the habitat for the polar bears. The habitat for the polar bears is cold. They cannot live in a hot habitat, so it must live in cold and snowy habitat. Cold and snowy habitat. But here, this animal, the tortoise, the habitat for this animal is hot and dry. Hot and dry. Who can tell me these animals live in hot and dry habitat? And what else? Excellent, good boy. Like the snake also live in hot and dry. Like the lizard also live in hot and dry. Some animals need hot and dry habitat, but another animals needs cold and snowy habitat. Okay. Look at this animal. This animal live in grassy and warm habitat. Live in grassy and warm habitat. This is another kind of habitat. Look at this animal. This is live in wet and grassy habitat. This animal live in wet and grassy habitat. So we have different kind of habitat. But I want you to know that the habitat different kind, maybe like that rainy or dry, hot or cold. Okay, so what we learn in this lesson, we can describe different habitat now. When I ask you, tell me about the horse habitat. It is grassy, and it is hot or cold. It is hot or warm. Okay, tell me about the bear habitat. A bear live in cold and snowy habitat. Okay, so the new vocab for today, habitat. The habitat have different kinds like rainy or dry, hot or cold. Okay, now it is the evaluation time. Question number 1, grade 2. Animals need water and shelter to live. So I tell you that the animals have needs. When the animals get what they need, so this is the habitat for the animal. The animals have needs like water and shelter and food or seed or dry. Amazing boy, like food, excellent. But and plants also have needs. Plants need water, sunlight, and soil or shelter or backbones. Amazing boys. It needs soil. Water, and sunlight. And a is the place where plants and animals find what they need. It is a house. No. Home? Also no. So habitat? Of course, yes. Habitat is the place where plants and animals find what they need to live. Thank you, grade 1, grade 2.